Hello everyone, I'm KirkSteven, and welcome to The Long Dark, and welcome to the Stalker series. This will be episode 14. We last left our esteemed colleague in a cave just outside of Monolith Lake. We had just gotten very lucky to take down a deer with the pistol. The funny part of that is that we took the deer down in 3 shots. The worst part of that was that the 3 shots, 2 of them were missed, and one of them was a one-hit wonder. So I find it to be very funny. All right. I'm going to drop some weight here. I think we can drop that. I don't think we need this at the moment. Oh, you know what? We should put this in a better spot. Drop our deer carcass. And we should probably drop some of our fire materials. Something tells me we're carrying a bunch. Let's drop all but one. Drop that. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. We got that extra Mackinac too. Forgot about that. We can drop that here. We'll decide. I think this is warmer than the Mackinac by the looks of it. What else can we leave behind? We can leave the oats behind because we didn't bring the flippin' pot with us. Okay, I think that will do. I just want to lighten the load. We need to go grab all of the feather. Crows are flying inside, aren't they? Take the bandage.
This stuff will come in handy.
That will. I'm not going to take... I'll take the flares. Then I'm going to drop them over here. We'll take one flare with this. We'll take the pistol with us. In fact, let's reload said pistol. And that'll leave the empty casings right here in the pile of stuff. Get a drink. Alright, and then before we forget, let's see if we can find our way back to our deer, which I do believe is right over this way. Of course, we have to be walking into the wind because that's just the way it is. This is ridiculous. I don't see any moose markings at all yet. I thought I saw maybe one tree earlier that had them. I'm not exactly ready for him to be out for us to go chase after. We definitely want to use a rifle for him. Or her. do believe we were up over here somewhere. The funny thing is that because I missed 2 shots and then hit him with the 3rd shot, this puts me into the same shooting percentage as I was with the ptarmigans and the bow at 33.3 repeating. So at least we're consistently bad. That's right, we did cross this tree, didn't we? I think the one thing I'm at least kind of happy about with all of this is that there seems to be quite a few caves and stuff. So even though there's no actual like houses or anything to spend the night in, at least there are places to pull in and get away from the weather. And although that's not a problem for us in this scenario, it will definitely play in. Wasn't sure it was dead yet. That is the worst thing about that pistol. Because your pickup button on the mouse and keyboard is the same button as you fire with, unless you remap the keys, which that might not be a bad idea at one point or another, but I've never done it. But yeah. So now it cost me 4 shells for said deer. Glad we found that extra set of shells. So I think we'll go pull up in the cave here. What is it? It's getting towards nighttime anyway. We'll go pull up in the cave, we'll start a fire, we'll cook and harvest the rest of this deer meat, and then we'll use this cave, I forget what it was called, Overwatch or Watchful something or other. Sorry if you heard that. The alarm went off to remind me. Yeah, I know you're heavy. I apologize. I don't see any moose rubbings along the tree line over there, but that don't mean nothing. I am definitely not an expert at this hunting moose stuff. Usually with Stalker and below, you hunt the moose because you want to. You don't have to. And when you play Interloper, you hunt the moose because you need to. Because you need the hide, you need the food. And because I play more Stalker and Dead World and things of that nature, I never really had much of a need to hunt the moose very often. Forget how many hours I've got in the game. I know it's over 1200 for sure. I'd have to look. I have to bring up my Steam account and peek one of these days and take a peek. We're almost there, Astrid. We'll get a fire or two going. Watchful Falls. So when it clears up, we'll sketch this area on our map. Maybe we'll make a note of the fact that Watchful Falls is going to be one of our bases of operation. All right. Put away the 6-shooter. I don't want to touch that just yet. And I'm thinking whether I want to do 1 or 2 fires. All right. Use all that stuff. We'll start 1 for sure.
Come on, little fire.
Okay, obviously Astrid did not read the script. This is the part that says we start a fire. Right.
Perfect.
Let's get this one going before I lose it. All right. Okay. All right. Get you guys out of the way. I was gonna say these should probably be the small pieces. There you go. Be out of the way for the moment. I think we could afford another fire. If not, this will take forever. Come on, let me have a second fire. That'll work. We can finish boiling that water too. It's probably be a
Come on, little fire.
wise idea so we don't accidentally drink it. Grab that. Another episode of Cooking with Astrid. Today's episode, barbecue. I'm going to continue to shred this down. I know this is like the most exciting thing in the world to do and watch, but I made this mistake in Dead World. I should have done this more in Dead World from the standpoint of I would have gotten Cooking 5 a few episodes sooner. But we did eventually get it, and it definitely makes a huge difference. So it's well worth the misery and heartache of going through this. Alright, let's see, that's all done. I'm going to harvest one more. I think nothing should burn, I'm hoping. I'm going to gamble here. If I mucked up, I mucked up. But everything's... And... drop those again. All right. Just like Zach says, rinse and repeat. So now if we get the moose and or another deer or whatever, this will get us a little closer. A little closer to cooking level 5, that is. One more time. And depending on how things are going with all this, let me check our fires. Good there. Drop all that. And then these are done. Let's add a coal to this one. So hour 52, hour 35, not too shabby. I figure we can get this this one here too when we get done. And if anything, we'll at least cook him up what's there. We'll try to shred him down as much as we can. Then we'll get a little bit of sleep. Hopefully the sun will be out and we'll be able to do a little mapping. And maybe we can find our way back to the other cave and decide to either bring stuff up, or may not be too important. We've got the rifle up here. Down there we've got some other stuff. I don't think anything's important one way or the other. I mean, if we need something desperately enough, it's easy enough to go work our way there. I think the rifle is in the best spot it could be, because if I'm correct on the moose spawn here, this is the place we want the rifle anyway. Okay. Drop all that. Well, you won't be hungry for a few days, Astrid. I may tease you a little bit. Here, let's do this from a different perspective here. Now we can see the meat. Of course, this may be worse because now you can see the screen moving worse because there's something in the background. You know. Oh, and then I ruined it. Okay. We'll do it in halves. Yeah, this is much better. I thought, well, I'll watch the fire and then notice that it's, at least looking at the ground, you can see the movement, and it's not as bad as with the fire bouncing up and down. It's like driving down a washboard dirt road. All right. Well, we screwed up the last little bit, but I don't think we screwed it up too badly. And we did get more cooking events in this way than we would have otherwise. So let's take this outside. Oh, look at, here's our new refrigerator. How are we doing on our time here? About an hour? Okay. I thought I saw some more coal back here. So we got one. The only thing this might help us with is if we need to repair our wolf coat. I think we can repair it. Not that we need to repair it, but I think we could repair it with a sewing kit. Versus having to have the workbench, but I don't know that for a fact. And we'll just eat these ones here. Give Astrid a full belly. Well, she won't need any more than that. Okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Hour 45. Pretty close. 2 hour, 2 hours? Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's not too much on here. There's something. Alright. We're looking at the floor, so this shouldn't be too bad. But we'll strip these down into 0.2s. So 5 more times, guys. Sorry. I do kind of hope that they make this a deal that you can turn off. You know, you can turn off chewing, you can turn off swaying, as far as, you know, helping people with issues with that. And with all this movement and with it being a little gory, you know, maybe some people don't want that on, and so it would be nice for them to set this up so we could turn it off. It does bring about a little more realism, but not everybody wants their kids to see that at an early age, and it may not even be anything like their kids are playing it. It may just be that they're in the room while parents are playing it. So now you gotta worry about that. 1 minute. I mean, I don't think it's all that awful to show some, you know, a child that is old enough to understand, you know, how this all works, but maybe a 4 or 5-year-old doesn't necessarily need to see it. I could understand maybe at 10 or 12. That was pretty cool. I thought there was only 2 left. Okay. And everybody is different. What one person feels is okay, the next person might not. You know, if you live in a place where hunting is a part of your day-to-day life, then kids learn this early regardless. I think this is going to work out just about right. Take that one. 4 minutes, 2 minutes. Let's boil the rest of this water. And we'll stick this over here. All right. And we'll partake of that after level 5. All right. So now you have hide and guts. 45 minutes. I don't think we have 45 minutes. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Water's going to be about 45 hour, 45. Let's go ahead and use the knife. We've got this sharpening stone. We got some time on the fire. Another coal. Now I wonder if I'm going to find this during the Dead World series. That'll be interesting. Because it's a custom run, some of the loot is off sometimes. It doesn't always follow interloper deals, and we are on Stalker, so that may change things altogether as well. I know there's a possibility of getting one. There's like an overlook area. It's like you walk towards it, and there's like a cliff, and sometimes you can actually find a moose there. Sometimes it's a deer, sometimes it's a wolf. It would be way interesting in that particular run. Not that I mean to talk about it while I'm playing that, but it's kind of on my mind with that wolf pelt. But we still have one prepper's cache we haven't found, and if I'm able to pull off a couple more wolf hides, maybe I can build a second wolf coat before we go to the far territories, because it's really cold there. Alright, we are tired. It is late. Let's get us a nap. Let's do 8 hours. Well, it sounds windy, but it doesn't sound blizzardy. Alright, let's see if we can do... Oh, we're a little cold, not bad. There we go. Monolith Lake and Watchful Cave. Lake Cave, is that what that says? And we can get some more charcoal out of here. See if it'll show up now that we're in here. A little bit. Oh, it does say wolf carcass right there. Interesting. Watchful Falls. Okay. We'll go around the corner and we'll do some more. You know what? Let's take that. We're heavy already? Jeez. Must be all the food. Eat and drink. Harvest some torches, and that'll buy us some time. Okay. Oh, we've got 5 pounds of rocks on us. Let's drop a few of these rocks. Why are we heavy? Got a pocket full of rocks. There we go. Suddenly we can run faster. It's like getting a new pair of shoes. Alright, well I see rabbits over there. There were rabbits over there on the other side of the, where the tree had fallen. I'm going to try right here. Okay, that opened that up a little bit. And then let's go see what's up here. And I brought the rifle just in case we bump into Mr. Moose. Hello, Mr. Bunny Rabbit. If anything, we'll go back into this corner here and we'll draw a map up there too. I don't know if this leads someplace. I don't know where we're headed. We're just exploring. Come on, Aster, let's go. There we go. Get rid of that sprain risk. Okay, let's go up here to this high point. We'll map right here. Okay. It never was much of in for the mapping, but I mean, I can see where it can be helpful. It does give you some clues as to where some things are. See some oak trees. There's some ptarmigans I'm not going to worry about. Oh, another cave over here. That's... Let's go over here to the edge. Oh, I see a dead soul here.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, we got flare shell. That does come in handy. Frozen corpse. Birch sapling. Okay. Grab some sticks in case we need to start a impromptu fire to warm up. Shouldn't take too much. Let's go check this cave out. Alright. Hey! That brings up our percentage. Kind of makes up for the one I shot in the ground. I'm not going to worry about the acorns at the moment. If we need them. Peak Cave. Oh, look, we have a bedroll. A book. Some more firewood. Coal. Matches. We might be able to eat those after we get cooking 5. I keep going into the menu thinking I need to do that to grab charcoal for some reason. There we go. Peak Cave. I need to get back over here and get this map better. Because this is where we're hanging out right here. And it didn't map that very well. Alright. I'm going to take the bedroll with us and probably leave it down there. Because this is kind of out of the way. Take the coal. And I would assume we find a memento and a key somewhere. We'll take that too. Okay. So this just basically kind of overlooks Monolith Lake. Let's go around the corner here. I would assume this may look over Hush River Valley area. If it does. It does look like it. Oh, yes, it does. So is that the landslide maybe right there? Pretty view from here. Okay. I'm not going to deny the fact that this is something that I should have been doing with a lot of the maps a long time ago. Long time ago. Always avoided like Bleak Inlet and Black Rock, and there's really no reason for it on a custom setting. I mean, you could go in and set it to Stalker or Interloper and turn the wolves off. Give yourself guns. With the custom settings, you can set it up so that you can make it less stressful. I wonder, does that go somewhere? Can we get up there? I don't want to get a sprain, but can we get up here? Sort of. And I have no one to blame but myself. It's just completely my own fault. I mean, I watch a lot of people play, and I do retain a lot of it from watching them, but it is nothing in comparison to actually being here and walking it. Ptarmigans are so nosy. Alright, so let's climb up on one of these little ledges here and see if we can't get this to map in a little better. Maybe we can kind of get somewhere up there. Let's go drop off some of this stuff, seeing how we're home. I didn't realize we dropped a knife. Alright. Just drop 5 of those. Pick the knife up. Mom, can I invite a friend over? I have a spare sleeping bag. Drop the book. What else are we bringing that's weighing us down? We don't need all of those flares. And we could drop a couple of these too. Oh, we have 2 knives. Interesting. I thought we had left the knife behind. That was a knife that was sitting in there and I didn't even realize it. Alright, well let's not carry that around. Okay, that's a little better. Oh, we have ptarmigan too. Let's put this over by the... Well, you know what? Let's take this outside, where it'll keep a little better. That might be dinner. And let's drop those. As far as I'm concerned, this is just as bad as these. So, alright, let's see if we can't climb a little higher here and get us a better vantage point to sketch a map. Come on. I'm trying to keep you from... How high can we go? Maybe up here? Nope. Nope. Flat ground, flat ground. I swear that was a terminal. Alright, let's try. See if this opens this up anymore. A little bit. It's like we need to be over here. I think we need to be up there. Where's our map at? Let's try one more time over here by this big ash tree. birch tree, rather. Like I know what trees are. Let's try one more time over here. We try to fill in this gap over here. Not really, huh? That's just really being... Need a helicopter. Let's call Forsaken Airfield. Tell them we need a helicopter stat. Yeah, if you took me in the woods, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between many of these trees. I mean, I know it from the game, but... You see, I live in the desert of Arizona, and I can tell you all about cactus. And the different types of cactus. And the ones to stay away from. And the ones not to hug. So we went up and around that way. What do we got back here? What's going on back here, guys? Inquiring minds want to know. So the obvious question is, why does the guy that lives in the desert play a game about the snow that he doesn't know anything about? And to be quite honest with you, it has to do with one thing, and that is when it's 115, 118 in the summer and you play this game, it makes you just feel a little cooler. Okay, cool. So that's the way we went. Okay, so we were... That's the ice cave. So we were up here, and we followed that around, and got up there, and so now... Okay. Is this the same spot and just a different means to get up there that I just blindly didn't see? Hello, ptarmigans. Is this a new spot? Ah, this is the spot I was talking about earlier. Okay, so this spot is tied to Monolith Lake. And the reason I remember this is because everybody talks about the different things that you can possibly get here. Sometimes it can be a deer, sometimes it can be a wolf, and on occasion, it can actually be a moose. And I want to say it was Wanzan only that I watched where he found the moose here. Pensive Vista. Okay, so that other side went up to here, and that's where that deal was. So we were here, and this is the lake, and we walked up and around. So, okay. Starting to piece this together. Pensive Vista. Ooh, rope climb. I don't intend to go down the rope, but maybe we can... I'm going to take the pelt. I'm not going to worry about the rest of it. Don't necessarily want to be carrying around the raw meat. bad enough we're carrying cooked meat. I mean, what do we... We do stink a little bit. Not... Right. And another cave. Or at least that looks like a cave. So this stuff is really important. Oh, look at all this. Fantastic. We're mapping so much, I'm running out of charcoal. Okay, there's our our wolf carcass. Wow, if I'm lucky enough to find this and the wolf carcass in here, that's the ice cave. I'm sorry. In here, because that's where we're at over here. It's not mapping very well. Interesting. Okay, so let's grab the firewood. And the sticks, and the coal. I'm leaving the painkillers behind. Don't think we need them. Now, there's no way I'm going to get this kind of coal in Dead World, but if I could grab one or two here and there in these places, this also gives me a place to hide from the weather, because the weather is brutal. Oh, you know, no, there wasn't one. I was going to say, I'll grab the charcoal out of the fire. But there wasn't a fire in there. So this might be our last little bit of mapping right here. And we're getting tired. It's way too early for being tired, but... We have 2 bedrolls, and we didn't bring one with us. Can't even take a nap. Okay, so where does this put us? Okay, so this is a 2-rope climb deal to get to the bottom. Okay. Now, see, this looks familiar to where I think when I was watching D.H. Dunn do his 10 days here, this looks familiar. So you can see the signal fire. There's another rope climb over there. So there's a rope climb there. Rope climbs are going to be brutal. I'm going to have to definitely learn how to navigate without using the ropes. For sure, because you go through so much energy on Dead World. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be bringing that up. But that is part of the reason why we're here. We're here to play Stalker, and we're here to enjoy the Stalker experience on this. But it was blind luck that we drew Milton, or Mountain Town, as our spawn point. So coming here right away was important to the other run, just as much as it was to come here and learn the map regardless of the other run. But the other run benefits from what we learn here. We are so tired. You know what? Let's have us some iced coffee. Because quite literally, if it was in that metal can, it would probably be a coffee popsicle. Noisy crows, noisy ptarmigans. Bird brain at the helm. Well, I'm really happy with what we've discovered today on this particular episode. Kind of gotten a real good lay of the land as far as Monolith Lake. And I think I know how to get here. So if I was to walk into this map again, I would, instead of going straight, I would make that left and then follow that around. I would find those 2 caves and then be able to find that first ice cave. And then that ice cave was pretty simple, really. It was only, it circled around on itself, and then it led to the rope climb. Won't have to deal with the wolves at all in the other run. And then to come up here would be kind of brutal on the weather side if we got unlucky. But there's a lot of caves. And each cave had a little bit of coal in it. And if we could grab a couple of wolf skins, because there's a possibility of a wolf pelt in Mountain Town in the cave that leads to the Prepper's Cache where we found that one. Come over here and find these 2 if I'm that lucky. There's a very remote possibility of building a second wolf coat, which would give us a little more warmth, because the wolf coat gives us 4, which is stronger than anything I've got. The thought of building a second wolf coat is just beyond anything I could even imagine doing on the Dead World run. So, wishful thinking. We are currently, probably as of the airing of this episode, we probably are either in Bleak Inlet or close to being out of Bleak Inlet. But regardless of where we are in that part of it, we did get lucky and we found some beachcombing too. So if we could hang out in Bleak Inlet long enough to get some beachcombing done, that would also be amazing. Alright. That's right. We got another wolf pelt. It would be a unbelievable set of circumstances to have pulled that off. Alright, so let's eat. Oops. We're eating. We're not doing whatever it was that you were trying to do. Some water. We probably need to make some more water. We can start a fire tomorrow and make water. Oh, we're carrying a whole bunch more stuff here. Let's... We'll keep some of it for sure. Alright. We already got the charcoal out of there. Although I think I did drop some, didn't I? Did I drop it over here or did I drop it? I thought I dropped some charcoal. I know I dropped a bunch of rocks. Those are all rocks. Maybe I used up all the charcoal. Well, that's a good excuse to make water. Give us some more charcoal. Alright. Well, I think this will be a good time to call this episode, as we are just ticking over the 1 hour mark. I ran a little late last week, but I was trying to get through that harvest deal, and I can't believe we already have 3 wolf pelts over here. It's got me really excited to find out if I'm going to be lucky enough. The thought process of building that other coat and that other run has got me really excited because it, once we get done with these maps, we're going to be moving towards um, going towards Broken Railroad, and that leads to some of the most brutal parts of the map, which will be Forsaken Airfield. And as of this recording, it is the 15th of June, and they have not released the 5th installment of the DLC, which has the new map of the high road that leads up to a weather station. I was jokingly calling it Ice Station Zebra. It's an old movie, I think from the 50s or 60s or something, but I saw that and that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh my god, it's like Ice Station Zebra. So we don't even know what the map is called yet. Hopefully it'll be out in the next couple weeks, so it'll be fun to play. So with that, let's you know what? Let's just make sure we can get a good night's sleep. Let's start the next episode off on full night's sleep. Let's tell you what, let's pass some time. Pass the dreaded time. So we can get our clock. Okay. Drink the water. Alright, and let's put ourselves down. I doubt we're going to do 10, but we'll give it a best shot. And it's morning. Looks like we're having a little bit of a blizzard, so we're off to a good start for the next episode. At any rate, that'll be something we have to deal with next week. So I appreciate everybody who watches and comments and leaves helpful hints and all that stuff. I think we're going to do a little bit more exploring here once the weather clears up. I need to kind of follow the Monolith Lake towards the edge, where I would assume there's probably some waterfalls that go down. And that'll pretty much complete all this. And I think what we'll do is we'll work our way back, maybe head down to where we were. I don't know, wherever it leads us. We're going to be here for a little while. We're going to be staying here until we're fluid enough with this map so we don't get lost anymore. That's the goal. I'm hoping to get this to a point where it's, like going into most of the main maps. You kind of know where everything is. So anyway, thank you again for everything you do. Watch, comment, subscribe, like. It's all wonderful, and I appreciate it. And we will catch you on the next one.